Hey, what's happening, folks? It's Jimmy G. Why's my voice doing that? Jimmy G in the place to be, welcoming you to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where we review and unbox toys, give you my first reaction, and do all things pop culture. Doesn't matter what it is, because there's a lot of stuff that I like to do. It started with Transformers, went into Star Wars, went into anime, went into McFarlane. It's just stuff now. It's just like lots of cool stuff. So if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can get notified when we have some really cool videos. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming. And right now I'm in the process of editing a bunch of my Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. We just got back from that, and I didn't get a lot of video, but we'll have a video hopefully by Friday that'll show you that. But there is a special, I did get the panel for the Yu-Gi-Oh group, so that's awesome. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to unbox something, or unpackage something very cool from the world of the McFarlane DC verse. And so let's go over to my lab and check out what it is. Let's do it. Here it is, folks. It is the DC Direct Mr. Freeze. When I saw this, I had to have it. Now I have two different versions here. This was the one that was at San Diego Comic-Con, that they were exclusive to there, but then on McFarlane's website, I think you can still get it. I'm not for sure, but this is the sketch variant, which I think looks awesome. Looks very cool. Too bad he's going to stay in his packaging, so you're going to move away. But I just wanted to show you that. Doesn't that look awesome? Very, very cool. And it's got the comic book, all sorts of cool stuff and things like that. Sorry, you could hear my dog clickety clackety coming in here wanting to be with me. He's been lonely, so he's been howling. But here is Mr. Freeze. My first impressions when I saw this, I thought this looked amazing. And the reason why is because it kind of reminds me of one of my favorite video games, Bioshock. How many of y'all remember the Big Daddies? And so looks really, really cool. And I'm wondering if someone can make like a modified version where it almost looks like a modified Big Daddy, because the Big Daddies are a little bit more bulkier, but that would be cool to be able to do that. But this Mr. Freeze looks awesome. I can picture this in a movie, you know, just a really, really cool, you know, kind of that awesome kind of underwater deep diving suit. I think that Mr. Freeze would be intimidating, instead of the one we got in the Schumacher Batman. It's time for ice, you know, whatever. Hey, forecast for tonight with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, but very, very cool looking. I love the packaging. I almost don't want to take it out of the box, but I've got to. I got to show you. And it includes an exclusive comic book in here that's part of the Fighting the Frozen comics. And there's two more figures. There's a Batman and a Robin, which I got, that I'll show off later in a future unboxing, that are really, really BA. But here's the front of it. Very, very cool. Already looks very cool in the front. The side view, of course, you can just see everything. The back, it just says DC. It's a Page Punchers McFarlane toy. There is no thing that says kids under 3 can't play with this. So kids under 3, knock yourselves out. But this is the DC 7-inch comic with figure, Mr. Freeze. On this side, you see it again. And then there it is back to the front. So this is him. We're going to get him out. We're going to play with him. We're going to pose him. We're going to give you my thoughts about him. And we're going to compare him to some other figures. So let's get this Mr. Freeze out of the package. Let's do it through the magic of video editing. Do it now. All right. Here he is, out of the box. Stop doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Okay, all right, let's get back into Mr. Freeze here. Well, let's get back into my normal voice here. But here he is out of the box onto my stage. We're going to show you everything you get. First of all, the package, I was concerned about how to open it, but the best thing to do is just cut it with scissors, just all the way around, and that's how you'll open that package, and that's kind of how you get it out. A few things you get the card here, which is really, really cool. Has kind of a bio about how Mr. Freeze became Mr. Freeze. So very cool. And especially the storyline that this is about. It says here that he was going to kind of cure his wife, and was accidentally thrust 16,000 years into the past. And meets like the Caveman Batman and Caveman Robin and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool. And then you also get the obligatory stand. You get his weapon, which this is awesome looking. I love, again, the detail and the amount of things in here. You can really kind of repaint it up too as well to make it look cool. This flexible hose, and then of course the gun part is right here, but very, very cool. Of course the peg, I bet that pegs into the back. This looks awesome. This gun right here, I mean, just alone, this gun here was kind of worth the price of admission for me on this figure. I saw this figure. This is one of those figures that when you see it, you're like, oh, I really need to get this one. And that's how I felt when I saw him. And then when I saw that they're releasing the Comic-Con version, I said, I got to get that one too, just because that black and white looks so sexy. But that's the gun. The comic book, here's my complaint about this. This is my first page puncher McFarlane figure, and they have the comic in there, and of course the great thing is there's no ticking on the spine, but the way it's put into the thing, you can kind of see here, my corners are bent up. So I know with just a little page pressing, you should be able to get those corners laying back down, just pressing the comic. But the artwork, oh gosh, it looks so amazing. There's that Batman. Look at that Batman. Very, very cool. But yeah, I'm so glad you get a comic book and a figure. And so if you're a comic book collector, wow. If you're a figure collector, wow. If you're both, then it's double wow. And then last but not least is the figure itself, Victor Freeze. That is his name, and has been a enemy of Batman. Just tried to do good, tried to save his wife, and then became Mr. Freeze because of the accident. But let's take a closer look at this. I'm going to lift this camera up a little bit so that way I can kind of lift him up, and we're going to bring some lighting, better lighting in. And so we're going to get a closer look. So look at that face. I love just how simplistic it's just the two red eyes. But the weathering on the helmet, that looks amazing. This looks awesome. I mean, it's just really, really cool. Really well done. It's real heavy in the hands. I really like the feel. The softer plastic for the outfit is awesome. But just some of the detailing, like the pressure gauges and the valves here. Excuse me. And then you got your little canisters right there. And then, of course, just the whole deep dive outfit just looks so cool. So there he is from the front. There's a good side view, a back view with Freeze's butt, and then this side view too as well. And then look at this. I think if you were into detailing your figures, which I'm afraid I would just mess it up, but you can really make some things pop on this figure. And again, like I said, if you're looking for a good figure to kind of Bioshock it up, then this would probably be a really cool one to do that with. So let's test some articulation. So you do have a 180 head spin here, and it's on a ball joint, so you can move that around. And the arm, you can go back, you can go forward, you can go out to the side with it. So you can twist that around like so. And then of course you got the elbow bend, and then the wrist turns to right there, So, and then the waist, you can 360 that waist, which is cool. And you got some ab crunch too right there. That's awesome. Very cool. So let's lift these hands up and let's take a look at the legs. And so leg wise, you can't quite do the Jean-Claude Van Damme because the plastic on the suit kind of gets in the way, but you can kind of see the joints under there. So if the plastic didn't get in the way, you could really kind of spread those legs out. But you can kind of get it back a little bit. That's about as far as I can get that leg back. But the knee, you do have a 90-degree bend on that. Do you have any twist? You do have some twist here, which is awesome to be able to pose. And then the foot is on a ball joint as well, so you can kind of get that curled around however you want to, and then kind of move that up or down. And then of course you do have that toe joint there to be able to mess around with them too as well. But overall impressions, I love you, Mr. Freeze. You look marvelous. And so let's get him, let's put his little gun on. Let me get the camera moved back down. Thank you for bearing with me on that. So move back down, move back down, move back down. There we go. So let's get him into a cool little pose. Let's put his little thingy on. I don't know, does it go this way? Or does it go the other way? Maybe it goes that way. No, because I think it has to go this way because the gun goes in his hand right here. There we go. So now we got the gun in his hand. He is a little top heavy, but yeah, so we got him kind of there. So let's see what he looks like compared to some other figures. And so we'll kind of keep him kind of front and center. So let's first take a look at a McFarlane 7-inch. His nemesis is Batman. I am Batman. I'm Mr. Freeze. Ice, look out, because that's nice. Ice to see you. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Mr. Freeze is a dad. He gives dad jokes. Very bad. I'm very cool. I'm cool as ice. Ice, baby. But there they are side by side, so you can kind of get a height comparison there. Let's bring in a 5-inch McFarlane. We got the Gyu Tomioka that I can show you off there. And then let's bring in a Mega Fig. We got the Fulcrum Abominus. Love the look of that guy. So you can kind of see from a size standpoint how they look. And some of you might be like, well, can you straighten them up so I can really see the size? No, because I had a tough time posing them. So that's the way he's going to stay. So, sorry. I'm just very adamant about that. And then let's bring in a 3.7 Chewy. That's my best Chewy impression there. And then let's bring in my Mando from the Black Series so you can kind of see there too as well. This is the way. And so we almost got a little band going. And one of my favorite things to do is I have Transformers. And so we got good old Grimlock just making his way into me, Grimlock King. No, me, Mr. Freeze. I am the king of the ice. Grimlock King of the Stone Age. I'll see you later. I'll be back. All right, so there they are all together. You can kind of see from a height comparison. Doesn't really scale well with Batman unless Mr. Freeze is that short. But I'd figure he'd be more kind of dominating, you know, like a big kind of intimidating looking figure. That's when he's in that outfit right there. I figured he'd like make Batman look like a wuss. You know, maybe a Batman this size going against that Mr. Freeze right there would be kind of cool. But I don't know, you know, that's just me. But like I said, James Gunn, if you're listening and you want to do Mr. Freeze, put him in an outfit like that. That would be cool. I know it's not a traditional outfit, but I don't care. That looks awesome. This looks amazing, and I think that would be cool. I know like what they did with the Riddler, I thought that looked pretty decent, but I think this would look awesome as a Mr. Freeze. What do you all think? Traditional outfit or cool looking, you know, big daddy kind of outfit there? I'd go with this one. Definitely 110% on this. So that's a little bit of my thoughts on that. So let's get back together and give you some of my final thoughts on Victor Freeze from the DC Page Punchers fighting the Frozen. Let's do it now! And we are back. So let's bring Ice Cold Freeze in. I don't know why I have to do Arnold every time. Maybe is it because he played Mr. Freeze? Or is it just because I do a very bad Arnold impression? Get to the chopper! Get to the Coegan. Go ahead. Come on, Coegan. Give these people some air. Anyone know what movie that's from? But anyway, there he is. Very, very cool. I totally recall, there's the hint, how awesome this guy is. From a posing standpoint, probably one of the easiest figures I had to pose. And he feels like heavy. He is a heavy dude. But look at those eyes. I mean, that's just, if you saw this coming at you in a very, like, dimly lit room with those glowing red eyes, what would you do? I would probably Mr. Freeze my pants and poop them really bad. But golly, this is just an amazing figure. I'm fanboying over this thing. Like, I want a movie version of this Mr. Freeze so bad. I really do. I think he looks so cool. McFarlane figures, this is awesome. This is awesome. You can see some of the poses that I have him in. I mean, it's just, I just put him in just a couple, but really cool. The only minor complaint I have, I think he should be a little bit bigger than Batman, you know, just a little bit taller and more just intimidating than Batman. But, you know, that's just my opinion. So some of y'all may be like, no, he's the right size. But my opinion is, I think to be really intimidating, he should be a little bit taller than Batman. But you also get a comic book to boot, which my other complaint is, make this thing that holds the comic book a little bit bigger so that those corners don't get bent being in this holder here, because now I'm gonna have to get it pressed, and so I'm gonna have to press this book to get it looking good. And I got a little nick right there too as well, but still, I mean, you get a comic book, you get a figure. What more can you ask for? And then the San Diego Comic-Con figure just takes it up a notch. This, like, I could spill all sorts of cool light on this one. This would look so cool, like just washed in blue or whatever. But just look at those side by side. I love the detail here, but that black and white just really pops for me too as well. And again, this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but I think it might still be available on McFarlane's website. You had to buy it with a 3-pack of this Dread Lantern, which looks cool, which we'll do a review on, and the 85th anniversary Superman figure, which looks just as awesome too as well. But good, bad, awesome. This is ice cold, freakingly good, awesome. This is chilling, man. This is so cool. So I love this Mr. Freeze figure. I think it is great, and I would encourage you to get it too. I mean, I found him at Target. I don't know if he's exclusive to Target, but that's where I found him. I think you can get him at Target. I think I've seen him at Books A Million too as well, and some other places. But I would highly recommend, I would not hesitate saying, pick up this guy for, I think he was $24.99. If you have a Target Red card, you get 5% off. So just, you don't wait for clearance on this one. I think you should get this one. This guy is really cool. And I know they just released a regular, like, you know, comic book accurate looking Mr. Freeze, which hopefully I can pick up and we can kind of compare the two. But so far, this is my favorite. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of that Bioshock Big Daddy. And if you haven't played Bioshock, I mean, I'll put a link to the description down below and a little picture of what a Big Daddy looks like. But this, I'm done. I can't talk anymore about this because it is so cool. Well, anyways, tune in next time when we talk about something else awesome. It'll probably be a Transformer or something like that. But tune in next time. And in the meantime, y'all, just remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. And stay cool. We'll talk to you later.